lounging, son.
Welcome back to the Comic Lounge. My name's Ryan.
Hey, and I'm Eli.
And today we're going to do a long overdue video going through Wizerd, the Comix Magazine, #1.
Yeah. The things I put the most time into and that I'm most proud of, man.
Yeah, and the thing that I mention every single time when I talk about how I entered the Cartoonist Kayfabe community was through helping you when you asked me to help you on this. And this is
man.
this is what started it all for me. So it's super fun to be able to go through it with you. I know that I did sit with you a little bit as we were editing some of it at a Starbucks, but it would be cool to go through this and especially it's been 4 years.
Yeah, since 2020 is when this came out.
Yeah, you were editing it in 2019, end of 2019, because March was when we were supposed to drop it at our local comic shop.
Yeah, we had a release party set up for, I think it was March 19th, 2020, and we all know what happened with that.
Yeah.
COVID.
Fucking COVID. God damn it.
But I still managed to get a bunch of orders, and I sold out the print run, and I got it out to people. And so then, it was really cool because it became this thing that everyone got at the beginning of COVID and was able to pour over it and enjoy it and have it,
The whole thought process behind you doing this, I'm pretty sure we talked about it before. You had done a bunch of zines and stuff before, like the zine wing that you
yeah,
or
well,
the ween zine.
Yeah, the ween zine. Yeah, well,
zine.
Like Gene Ween, Dean Ween, Zine Ween. That was my community nickname. But it just immediately clicked when everything started. I was like, I did this ween zine and I did this 2 zines in a Ninja Turtle group. And then as soon as Ed had mentioned Cartoonist Kayfabe and that they're going to go through Wizerd, I was like, oh my God, start a fan group and make our own Wizerd. I wanted to do it immediately. It just kind of happened and it just kind of became a thing, and I sent that email to Jim and Ed and was like, can I start a group? And again, they were like, Sasha already started it yesterday. And I was like, holy shit, that's crazy fast. Yeah. And so then Sasha and I started working together on that. And then, it wasn't too long before the first thing I did was I had an issue of Wizerd. It was like the Sam Keith Hulk Wizerd number, like 10 or 8 or something like that. I just went through and I made a breakdown of every single thing that was in that issue of Wizerd, and then kind of made not necessarily a sign up sheet, but something in the Kayfabe group where people could see that and either, do a riff on the page that already existed or think of something new, here's just some ideas of what goes into one issue of Wizerd. And it just really grew from there.
Yeah, it was really cool to have this be my introduction, and then also eventually you do a second one, which we'll probably do a video on later on, which grew exponentially from this one. But this thing is a hefty
it is book, 248 pages. We got to say, without any more dilly dallying here, we got this insane cover by David Browers.
He's fucking insanely talented.
Browers is amazingly talented guy. And he's really talented in a lot of ways. He's a great musician, just a good-hearted soul and an amazing artist. And I think that he was one of Ed's favorite artists, if not Ed's favorite artist in the crew.
I think that's safe to say. Yeah. Look at the level of detail and the love that went into this piece.
Yeah.
You got Harvey Picar over here. Got Aphrodisiac. You got Flavor Flav. Got the kid from WYSIWYG. You got Street Angel, and then the comic book covers. He threw in the fucking variant for Major X.
Oh, yeah.
From Liefeld. He did the beats.
Oh, yeah. He's got GoBots over there. Rambo 3.5.
Dude, some of them are just deep cuts too, that not everybody would necessarily know. And then you got Tom, Ed, and Jim.
I feel like Fantastic Four Grand Design didn't even come out by the time this came out. But he's got the thing Batman Dark Knight cover. I'm like,
maybe it was announced.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, because the Kirby book. There's the Fantastic Four. It's right.
That's
there.
what I mean. Yeah, right by WYSIWYG's.
Yeah. I love the fact that Jim has a cat.
He loved that. Yeah, because that's from his cover too. From the cover of Kayfabe, he's got his little kitty next to him.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome,
man. And Tom's the Super Scroll back there, and
fucking Eddie P's got the claws from Wolverine, but they're fucking ink
pens. Crow quills or whatever, maybe. And he's got his metal. You know, we've been seeing all these old photos on the Legacy Insta, you know, and he always wore that like that leather, you know, thing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Little Kirby crackle on the side. And obviously a homage to Giant Size X-Men #1.
Dude, we've been talking so much, we haven't even flipped into this goddamn thing.
I know. And this was the banner for Kayfabe for the CKRS Cartoonist Kayfabe Ringside Seats group by Jeff Manley. And I wanted to put all the stuff, all their contact info right up front. Just because that was kind of like they always set it up front in the book.
Yeah, it's perfect, dude.
Yeah. And I got some pressure from different people to make it say some adult content within, just because there's like boobies at the end, because I wanted to have like the like underground comic book, you know.
I mean, what kid was
I don't know.
This, you know, I didn't even notice that until I've read this thing multiple times, and I always have, my eye just never goes there.
I actually think I'm looking through like a proof book because there's like some mistakes in printing stuff. So I must have an old proof. Yeah, and again, I modeled this directly after a page of Wizerd, you know, like the intro page of Wizerd. And let's see, this is Mike Kemp, who did this insane pinup. I think he also sent them the original for that, and that is just glorious.
Yeah.
It's so good.
We're gonna see it again when you get to the Diana Schutz interview, but I love this Brennan Wagner piece.
Yeah, it's amazing. And again, like this dude right here, the second one, it's from my dude, the bastard from Canada, who was in the Ween zines. And so because, you know, I gave him front row seat here because he was my buddy from the Ween zine. That's a director's commentary that you won't hear anywhere else. And of course, J. Rome Cab up here because he's
fucking Etch-a-Sketch master, dude. My God,
dude, he sent me a Turtles 1 riff. Like I have one of these set in stone Etch-a-Sketches of Turtles 1 cover.
You know, I've always meant to ask him how you set them, like, so that they don't.
He told me one time you peel the back off and you put glue down or something like that, and you glue them all in. It's kind of crazy.
That is crazy as fuck.
Yeah,
that's dedication into it.
And real quick too about the zine name, we voted in the group, and that's what won.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
what were the other
I can't remember. I think one was because like Wizerd, but there's like other terms for Wizerd, like sage or mage or something. Not mage, but you know, there was some other riffs on like the word wizard.
Oh, this is better.
Yeah, I think Wizerd with the backwards E gives you something to like chew on. This is this dude, Donovan Alex. If you guys don't know his art, he is absolutely amazing. He does these amazing. He did a lot of Ninja Turtles work. Like you've definitely seen the like Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man Raphael riff. He did some Back to the Future, like a riff on the Silver Surfer Thor cover where it's Back to the Future. He is just an absolutely amazing artist, and I asked him to do this like Wally Wood style portrait for me.
It's awesome.
And this is just a ripped piece of paper that I found on the floor in my closet. And I just was like, that looks cool.
That's awesome. That's just the background you made?
I just thought it looked good.
Yeah, it does.
And just my little intro here, I kind of forgot what it says now. Something about eating. It's an anthology crossed with a zine, crossed with Wizerd, crossed with some Nashville hot chicken for flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I sure
and then
love
you
Nashville
give your secret origin over here, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, your whole what is it that you said? Your comic book you do say in the Jim Rugg interview. Oh, what is it? Your comic book. Hold on.
I'd probably say gumbo or stew. I always bring it back to food.
No, it wasn't gumbo or stew. It was your like historical trajectory in comic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
kind of what you do here.
Yeah. Marvel Comics presents Iron Man: The Spidey Clone Saga. Not really why I put Iron Man there, because I never really read those. Maybe it was the cartoon. Remember, I just watched it recently. Remember in the cartoon they had that like,
I do. What
CGI
is it
transformation,
still, or is it pretty bad?
I don't know. I just watched that CGI part because I thought it was funny. Yeah, and this you got to have this, man. Like number one, it gets everyone involved, and if you want to be in it, you can be in it. You know. Mm-hmm. Number two, like I think they did do fan stuff like this in Wizerd, but you know they always do it in like Entertainment Weekly or something. There's always like a spread of people, so I just wanted to do something.
Yeah, I dig it, dude. You know,
and I wrote the winners Jim My Food. I didn't even do that on purpose. Like I just got a bunch of photos of people with Jim. So
I know he is in there a lot.
Yeah. because he's the man, I guess.
He is the man, dude.
You know, I didn't hide as many little things in this one as I did the second one. I got a photo of my nephew with Matt Wagner there, which was a good one.
Oh, I
Like
see it.
Paul
I see it.
Pope
Yeah,
and
yeah. Holding the Batman print.
yeah. I
Yeah.
sent him to Jim too, and my his dad, my cousin's husband, bought him the Tank Girl mini comic, and they sent me a photo. I was like, "You're gonna want to not show him that right now. Did you look through that?" And he's like, "No, we just thought it looked good." And it's like all naked ladies, bud. He's like, "Oh shit." So funny. But yeah, it's really cool. There's just a lot of good people in here. We got a photo of me and Manus and Kevin Eastman and David Avalone.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a dope collection. The
And I
next one
remember
gets crazy too.
oh yeah, we got we got Nick right there. But I remember when Ed and Jim were looking through this, they were like, I don't even know how you do this. This photo was like a month ago. And I do remember like they did a signing in the top and they were just like, this just happened. Yeah, and again, and here on this spread, I really was like slavish to the Wizerd setup. And so I wanted to have this, you know, retailer perspective, which is Nick, your friend, our friend from Collector's Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
He had just went to
Comix Pro.
Yeah,
Went to
exactly.
Comix Pro. Yeah, it's interesting because Comix Pro, you know, I went for the first time this year, and it's really interesting to hear from not just the perspectives of the publishers, but you're hearing it from the retailers, you know, like hearing what works, what doesn't work, and like what may work for one store doesn't always work for every other store. How are they getting readers? What's the age of their readers? What are the ages of the owners and stuff? And it is pretty interesting to like kind of, it's like that shit that not everybody talks about. It's not necessarily the fun stuff, but it is interesting.
And I mean, it is a business, you know, so.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the Ryan Cheshire Hall of Pre-Orderers. And I just was like, whoever's the first person that pre-orders, I'll name this little section after it.
Nice.
It's very funny for issue 2. I was like one off, and so I named it after someone that put an order in for some other order. And it wasn't actually the first order for Wizerd 2. That's so
funny.
dumb, so I messed up. But yeah, these are cool. These are all people we know now. Matthias Fourier, that's Jim Dandy. We got Tony Farrow here. Of course, I had to put in a soundtrack here, like Jim and Jamie Hewlett and all them. Jim my food.
Mm-hmm.
Oysterhead, David Crosby. If I could only remember my name, I listened to that album every day that year, probably.
Wow.
Hiatus Coyote. I think I just wanted to put something different in there.
I didn't even know some of these people too, which is weird.
Kamasi Washington is like the greatest jazz saxophonist right now. He's absolutely insane. And me and Manus went to the like Street Fighter World Tournament. What is it called? Not Konami Con or whatever, but it's like whoever makes Street Fighter. I'm
Capcom.
sorry. Yeah, Capcom Cup. We went to the Capcom Cup. Kamasi's a huge guy, and so you know everyone was there to be like, "Where's IDOM? Where's like all these guys, the greatest Street Fighter players?" And I'm like, "Dude, Kamasi Washington's standing right there." And he finally like walked past. I was like, "Yo, dude!" And he saw my Silver Surfer shirt, and so we talked about comics, and then him and Manus started talking about IDOM and all these other guys, but it was really cool. I cried meeting him.
Hell yeah.
Beastie Boys live. Yeah, I found a lot of Beastie Boys bootlegs I was listening to. Zappa Hot Rats. You gotta listen to Hot Rats every couple months. And and the usual gang of Nimrod. So here I wanted to do something different than the usual gang of idiots already. But look, Eli's editors right there, Ryan Balcom.
I know.
And Diana Schutz.
First time I saw my name in print and it's next to Diana's name. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. Yeah. Tanisha, of course, my beautiful girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan, my cousin, who I've been working a lot more with now and who no longer has time to look over my stuff. Oh, yeah, Michael Balzery there for inspiration. That's actually Flea.
I was
reading Flea's book.
Dude, his book is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That book was great.
Yeah, Bill Watterson, obviously, my folks. Diana Schutz, who reminds me of Jane Schwab, my grandmother, who I loved dearly, who taught me all the like proper, you know, English diction and all this stuff. And so I put them together because, you know, and Diana was really helping me out a lot with this stuff. And I just interviewed her for the Weenzine, or not Weenzine, for the Grendel cast. And so it was just really cool. Oh yeah, I guess Jamie Yost is the one that won he's the one that got to name it. The Jim Rugg interview, Kayfabe Commander. I'm not a super fan of that title. I think I maybe should have thought a little more on it, but I just wanted to do look and then what is it? It's like KKK. Like, why did I do that? Like, it doesn't
I
make
don't
any
know.
sense.
Yeah, whatever.
With
Kayfabe.
one of the colossi of
Yeah.
comic kayfabe. Crazy, man. This is a good interview, I think.
I
And it
do. I
was,
like it.
I wish, I was able to like chat or something, but everything was kind of happening fast. And so I just sent questions via email.
Is that when you do it that way, are you sending one question at a time? Is that how it is?
No, I sent a bunch of questions because, it was really funny because I sent both Jim and Ed a bunch of questions, and Jim, I think, answered every one. And Ed was like, yo, get back to me with like 5 questions, bro. And I was like, okay, totally. And so I got back to him, I guess, with the 5 that are on the next page, and he just answered those. It's really funny, how different those guys are. But
Yeah. Oh, I was just wondering too, because like the questions after, some of them are like you're responding, but is that
I did that to make it flow better,
Okay,
I would do that. Because I didn't really want people to know that it was just done that way,
Mhm.
So I kind of kayfabed it, if you will.
That's right. Top 5 80s ninja comics.
Yeah, dude. You had to get the sidebars,
Yeah, they're great, dude. I love this kind of stuff during interviews, because it doesn't have to be in the interview, it doesn't have to be a question. You just have to make the list. So
Yeah.
cool.
And you kind of can jump back and forth, so then you're not like bogged down by all this text, and you can kind of jump back.
I will call this out. Hold on, before I get to
Uh-oh, here we go.
Comix Grand Design.
Yeah, that'd be
I
cool.
want to see that.
That would be really awesome.
It sounds like it would just be like, there's so many you could do. You could, different volumes, right? Like,
well, maybe that's the
1986
next like
Grand
fan
Design.
project we do, dude. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
1980s.
Think about like 1986 Grand Design,
yeah,
right? Maybe 1993 Grand Design or something, 1991, something like that. Or 1990s Grand
that'd
Design.
be sick.
There's just so many fucking dope things you could do with it, and that would be a great fucking a lot of research, but it would be fun.
Yeah, but hey, Jim and Ed and Tom, they're all doing a ton of research for this stuff too,
Yeah.
I wanted to get as many of these things. And I hope all these comics are like impossible to get now because the kayfabe effect affected.
Yeah, I keep hoping that something will drop in price because I don't have Dragon Chain.
I have it so good.
I have a trade of the Crow. New York City Outlaws, I know Floating World Comics is going to recollect.
Yeah, I actually scored a full run of those off someone in there.
That I don't have. Damn Log, I have a couple issues.
Have that. Dude, the thing about Dragon Chang is too, and this is something that might not actually like this is something that Ed and Jim probably like didn't know about it as well. But like there's like Grateful Dead and Frank Zappa quotes in there. And like when I talked to Tim Truman, and he's like a big Deadhead like me, and he did all this art for the Dead and did a comic with Robert Hunter, who's like the main songwriter for the Grateful Dead. And so I really felt this like kinship with him. And we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Yo, is this Ninja Cat shirt still available? Because I will buy that. That is so cool.
I don't know. But when I looked at this page again last night, because I've been looking at it for like the last 3 days, like going in and out of this, and I saw this one, I'm like, I need that shirt.
Yeah,
I need
it's so good.
Shirt. Yes, a Ninja Cat.
Yeah,
telling you to read more comics. Yeah, I need to stock up on some of these. I'm missing some of these. I don't need every shirt, but that's one I definitely want to pick up if it's still available.
Here's the lightning round with Eddie P. And so I took that photo of him from.
He's in an art store, right?
Yeah. The store that has all the tones and stuff in it. And I put this tone or this screen tone, which is something that Jim uploaded to his Patreon. He put a collection of these tones up that I've been using since. I'm sure a bunch of us have. Like I said, checking in with Ed was not easy. Ed, just like Jim, is moving and creating nonstop. One thing we all know about the kings of kayfabe is that their work ethic cannot be understated. I caught Ed for a quick lightning round. Dig it. I say dig it a lot.
There's nothing wrong with
that. It's a good thing to say.
It is, dude. It is fun. And it's interesting too, because like I've often said how much I wanted to interview Ed, and I could never make it work. And so when I look at this, I'm like, all right, I don't feel as bad because like I knew that you had sent him more questions. So the fact that you're able to get anything was great. And I love this. The top 5 outlaw artists. I love that he throws Talbot in there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
Talbot is such a
necessarily.
badass. But
I just don't.
Melting Pot, dude. If you
I
think about
know.
Melting Pot,
Yeah, I just don't associate him with that. And then Jim Somerville, I'm not really super familiar with.
well, maybe we need to check him out. Let's look at some of these books.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I'll
And
tell
he
you what.
was, yeah.
I'm really glad I have this right now because
Yeah,
people are trying to sell it for outrageous prices.
I bet. I wish I would have got it. But he was really, Ed was really excited in the video to have his thing right next to Talbot like this.
Yeah, it's sick. I love this
And
Talbot piece.
yeah, it's a commission I got from him. At this point, I don't think I actually had it yet. And that this is a photo that he sent me. Oh, you know what? Because I'm looking at this proof. But then by the time it went to print,
Mhm.
I actually got a new version of it and put it in higher res. Talbot is the man, and I
It
love
is.
him. I love him now. He's like, oh God, did I say that out loud?
You did.
He's so awesome.
He is awesome.
Yeah, Tom Scioli, this interview came in about a week before I went to print. This was like
Wow.
the last thing that came in, and Matthias, Jim Dandy got me this pinup. He was so excited to do it. And that also came in like the day before I went to print.
I love this piece too by Matthias, dude. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see this because like, I read this article too, not being super familiar with Tom's work. I mean, obviously, once I became a fan of the channel, I did a fucking deep dive. I bought every book that
Yeah.
all of them did.
Yeah.
But I remember being super excited for this book and it delivered on all fronts.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I was reading Godland before I knew who Ed was or before I knew who Jim. I didn't know Jim till the show. And I knew Ed from Hip Hop Family Tree and then from X-Men Grand Design.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew Tom's work before both.
Godland's a great book. That'd be fun to go
So
through
good.
too.
I loved everything about that
We
book.
should we should uh we should do some videos on that. That'd be dope. I
And
got all
actually,
three
this
hardcovers.
article features my only art. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm
You're good. You're
excited.
good.
At the bottom of 23, I did some Kirby Crackle there. And then here on Tom's
Oh,
top
yeah.
3, top 5s, I did this villain from Godland piece of art. Yeah.
Nice. I didn't even realize that signature right there.
Yeah,
Please said
I was like, I might as well do some spot illustrations. And you know what? I actually think I took this piece of cardboard from a photo Ed uploaded. So that's like Ed's thing that I took out of some photo.
sick. Like that's the ink that he like
Mhm.
wipes on. Yeah. Top 5 Kirby books, top 5 artists, top 5 comic movies.
How was 2001 not in your top 5 Kirby book? That's Tom's, not mine.
He's super. I mean, look at this though. If you look at like they often say Thor is related to New Gods, right? So this all makes sense right here.
Yeah, it does.
And
And
then
from seeing
Fantastic Four,
Tom,
obviously.
yes, from seeing Tom talk about what he loves too, now it's pretty clear these are his favorite stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. He got Missimo, dude.
Hell yeah. He actually came in this spot for both issues because I just love what he does. And if you buy his books, like his journal books, they're just so interesting.
Oh yeah, dude. The one he did for like 2020.
Yeah,
That
oh
book's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, really
And then,
great.
he has this character Narbonne in here that he created. That comic is fucking dope too. I just love his art style so much.
It's God, it's so kinetic.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. We are not very far along in this book.
No, we're not. We got a long way to go.
Yeah, here's another thing too. I really wanted this Bill Gaines in here. I love the shirt. I had that.
They don't have the shirt anymore.
Right. Well, there's something that happened with the CLBDF. The guy who ran it did some shit. He pulled some shit. And so for the second print, I actually took this out and put in
okay.
another page that said like, Wizerd respects all people. And, I put in a thing.
Huh.
And
I
think
didn't
put
even
in
know
like
about that.
Yeah, because something was going on with the CLBDF. And I think I even reached out to Ed and asked him what he thought I should do. And he said, yeah, it might be good to pull it.
Got this dope Mark Palm interview.
Again, carryover from the Ween zine. He works at the Fantagraphics warehouse.
Yeah.
I hid that Boognish there. Most people don't probably get the title, but there's a Ween song called Licking the Palm for Guava. So it's licking Mark Palm for Guava. So it's a Ween reference there in the title.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that for sure.
Yeah. So I was psyched about that. Mark is so creative and such a good artist.
Mm-hmm.
He does really cool shit. He's out there in Seattle, just being a badass.
I know that so it's funny because like when I was done with this and I started really diving deep into any indie creators, this was like my Bible, dude. I was like going page by page. making my list of people to reach out to, who to buy from.
Yeah, that's really what I wanted it to be. Often at the shows, I'll pitch it as it's like, well, especially the second one, I was like, yeah, I know it looks like a phone book, but it kind of is a phone book. It's like a directory of independent artists, you know? So like, and this is all Wizerd art that he did, that he submitted.
Fucking crazy, dude.
And then we have a little piece of his Ween comic. And then these are breakdowns of characters from his upcoming book, Punch to Kill, which I think is out now. Obviously,
yeah, I don't think I haven't. I need to get this because I didn't even know this was out.
Yeah,
this is sick.
Yeah, he's so good.
Rohigashi, part of the Cosmic Line crew.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's funny. I didn't remember this ad, and I was like, holy shit, what a trip that this Half of the Crown, her webtoon that she was doing, is now a printed book by Cosmic Line.
A lot of cool stuff. And we had a pretty heavy crew during the lockdown of like late night Zoom interviews. Or late night Zoom, just like hangouts, drawing sessions, drinking whiskey, and watching movies and YouTube. And it was like pretty tight crew, you know.
Punker Mike over here with the X-Men Grand Design.
Yeah, what a guy.
Yeah.
And like how he digitized these panels from the comic, like to show screenplay.
That's next level, dude.
Yeah, dude. He is a great dude.
Yeah,
I almost got to hang out with him.
I want to ask him to be on the channel, dude. I messaged him not that long ago.
That'd be sick.
When I saw that video that Jim posted.
Dude, recently. He's just over in San Diego. Maybe we could take a road trip over there and like check out his studio and shoot something.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That'd be sick.
That would, dude.
Dude, okay, let's get into it. Han shot first, this interview with Han Allred. Okay, so this was so fun because Han and I talked for like a couple hours. We actually talked. And I kind of write about it, but like this interview completely like broke down and I didn't get to ask almost any of the questions because we just got really, really deep. And we started talking really deeply about like the stuff that happens to his dad and art and creativity and what it means to like make a movie about your dad and like all this stuff. And that's why like I couldn't end up writing an actual interview that I did this whole thing. And this is what my cousin Dylan helped me with a lot. He wrote for like Rolling Stone and the Denver Post and stuff like that. So he was an actual like journalist for a long time. He helped me organize this interview into this kind of like coherent story where I brought the quotes in and talked about the movie, which I think is like very close to being done if you follow Han's updates. But yeah, this was just like a very, very cool experience. Something that I felt, and like, you know, when I interviewed Mike Allred way back in the day for Cosmic Lion Radio, I had the same type of experience, this amazing thing. Like, these are just amazing humans that just like ooze creative juice and just
the whole family, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you know, so and I got this really cool drawing from Brandon Graham of Ma Food, and he, you know, they sent me all these kid photos, childhood
fucking
photos,
dope, dude. I love this photo Allred right here. I love those kind of old school chairs.
Yeah,
I didn't realize fucking Brandon Graham was that tall. He's fucking tall as shit.
Yeah, he is. And of course, we got Matt and we got Bendis up there. Yeah. Space Faces, the movie, it's coming soon, man.
I know. I reached out to him because I somehow I missed the Kickstarter for it, and I was like, "Are you?" Because I didn't even know it wasn't out yet. And I was like, "Are you gonna put it on like Blu-ray or anything? Like, how's that? Like, is it gonna be available to buy?" And he said he's still working on it. I was like, "Okay, oh shit, I'll hit you up later then." Because I definitely would love to own this movie if it is on Blu-ray or something.
Man, I'll tell you what, I spazzed on that Kickstarter because I did the level where you could get into X-Ray Robot, and I was like actually on a whole page of X-Ray Robot, which was like a dream come true, man.
Issue 4, cool. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I remember Jim and Ed when they were looking through this too. They like loved seeing his studio,
his creative space, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah,
like that's what's cool about. I've noticed him doing on interviews, like, or he said it to me, so I know he does it. But he tries to find somewhere cool to sit, different in each interview. That's why he's never in the same spot.
That's so like cool.
You can always just stare in the background to see what he's got behind him. You know, it's super cool. But I love this. Like, look at the lighting in there, dude. It's just like, I want to hang out there.
I mean, I think he's one of the coolest guys in comics for sure.
I agree.
Just
100%,
absolutely
dude.
Interesting,
Super
singular
humble.
style, super humble.
Yeah.
And just like a fan of comics too, you know, like he still loves comics. He's reading voraciously, it seems like. full sleeves now.
Yeah. Awesome, dude.
What a badass. All right, yeah. So I think we had to spoof the old kung fu ads. What's it called? Shit, I can't remember. You know the ads.
I know the ad.
About?
I know the ad. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get destroyed in the comments section for
It's
finishing.
all right. I don't mind getting destroyed. I relish in that.
Oh, nice. You're a
Hey,
savage.
dude, I know what I know, man. I can only
Yeah.
remember so much in this fucking head of mine, dude. This is fucking crazy too.
Yeah.
The Wizerd 8, and then you have him fucking being interviewed about it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
really cool. And I kind of think that he's interviewing himself here, which nothing wrong with that. Or maybe Jim Dandy is interviewing Matthias.
Yeah, it's a parallel fucking, in the multiverse, bro.
Yeah. And so here's Jim Dandy's work. He's an amazing artist. He's got, I think he lives in France. And so he did like a French version of Kickstarter for his book.
Okay. I have to reach out to him. I don't have anything by him, but
he's a really good dude. He's a really cool guy. And we got Gary Carlson here, who I recently worked with for the Big Big Bang comics, another really cool guy. Interview by Matt, who did some work for Gary.
Not just that, but he's written Turtles, dude. He wrote the volume 3 of Turtles.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Call him the godfather of Image Comics.
Really?
Because he brought in Eric Larson at Megaton. He brought in Rob Liefeld at Megaton. I think their first published work was through them.
So this is just like what Wizerd used to do. We're shining the light on some of these creators that you might not have known. You might not have known had such a historical influence and stuff. And a preview of Thunder Girl, which is a Big Big Bang, and Dr. Weird, or Big Bang, sorry.
Yeah. Got Zombie Outlaw.
Zombie Outlaw. Yeah, didn't we see a issue of this the other day when we were digging?
Did we?
I think I saw it. Oh yeah, Brian Apodaca. Yeah, he's a local.
Yeah, he literally works at the fucking UPS store right down the street from me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Dope looking comic, dude. I like this.
Yeah,
the
love
Chanzine.
This is really cool.
Exist?
I think so. Yeah, I haven't talked to this guy for a while. I think it was digital. I think he released it digital. I'm not sure if it's in print or not. But this is like classic fanzine shit right here,
Oh yeah, dude.
And what a smart idea too. And the name. I mean, you can't beat the name.
You can't. How about this double page for Tales to Enlighten? This book didn't even exist at the time.
It did.
And now there's 2 of them. And that second one is like you could kill somebody if you hit them in the head.
Yeah.
Fucking
so big. And of course, this is that Spawn riff. Yeah. And I remember Ed and Jim both being super psyched on this, being like, our fan base is fucking smart because look at this. This is like a riff on a riff on a riff here.
Yep. A riff. The Spawn ad that Eric Larson riffed on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's fucking awesome, dude. I love what him and
he's a really great guy.
James Edward Clark did for this first book and like all the great pinups they have. Like Matt is like a legit lover of comic books, dude. Like he loves fucking comic books, all kinds. It doesn't matter what it is. He's constantly posting what he read in a month, and I'm just like, dude, how the fuck do you have the time? Yeah. I always think that. But he's always turning. Yeah, and he's always keeping track is crazy. But he's always turning me on to cool shit too.
Yeah, his Instagram is great. You should definitely give him a follow.
Yeah.
What's his Insta? King Megatrip?
King Megatrip, yeah.
Yeah. This is J. Andrew World. He's a pretty creative artist, and I think he works on a podcast now or something like that. And he does all their album art. And yeah, I remember Jim and Ed being like, look, here we are with these guys, with Will Eisner and George Perez and Dwayne McDuffie. Yeah. And yeah, it was like, they were so psyched on it.
I love this Stan Lee that they put.
Yeah. That's the most like
the toupee Stan Lee, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
And we got David Brower's ad for War Party, which I'm still waiting on.
I'm waiting on it, Browers.
Yeah.
I'll publish it in a second, man.
Bro. Yeah. Calling you out. I want to see this book.
Even like an art book, Browers. Like, let's just do an art book.
Bud. Anything, dude. Anything by him, I would love to see.
Shouts to T-Max here with his killer interview.
Dude, this is dope with FIFA.
Yeah. He's been a huge FIFA fan for a long time, I think. And they might even have been like buddies or something. I don't know. Maybe it was just a fan
thing, I mean, I can thank him for turning me on to Copra.
Yeah, me too.
Like I didn't really know about the book, and I saw it here. And so first I saw it here, and then I saw Jim and Ed talk about it. I'm like, okay, all right, I gotta get in on this book.
Yeah. and they're just beautiful books, you know.
Oh, they're fantastic, dude.
Yeah, shout
Vintage.
out Mars Eve. Yeah, I think he was doing this for a magazine back in the day or something. But you know, I worked with Greg Horn for 10 years at cons, and so when I saw that he had Greg, I was like, okay, I'll do this. And then I was looking through another one, and this guy said he liked Ween, so I was like, okay, you get in there. So this is just kind of like you guys like raw info that you would get on the back of like a trading card or something like that. But I thought that was kind of interesting, especially like, you know, I love Chris Machado and
Oh yeah. No, it's cool for sure. The fucking Hostess fruit pie ads.
shout out to Ben Granoff, one of the best dudes I've ever known.
How about what if Hostess fruit pies had saved Valiant Comics from the suits? Like that's fucking, you don't even need to look at the rest. Not to say that it's not good, but just coming up with that idea alone.
It's so funny. And then like Barry Windsor Smith's in it down here and just really funny. Like Ben's got a great head on his shoulders. He's super hilarious. He's a great cartoonist.
Hell yeah, dude. This
Can't
Oh
say
Fuck
enough
Why
about
book
him.
was dope.
Yeah, see, man, we tried on this for a long time, and Brendan Sokler, the guy who created it, and Blake Maloof, we were working on it together. We shopped it around to all these like weed companies. Like it's funny, there's a because the thing of the story is they each do a different drug and it gives them a different superpower.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were shopping around to these like weed companies, and now I saw that Jimmy Kimmel is like producing a weed show about like, and that's one of the companies we went to in downtown LA. And I remember that we were like, we had this meeting, and then they set us up in their like weed smoking room, like this lounge, and I was like, okay, I can tell the meeting didn't go good because they didn't give us any free weed. And we're up here smoking our own weed, and I'm like, oh, okay, that didn't go well. If it went well, we would have like some crazy chronic to smoke right now, not
Yeah.
our own fucking weed. But it's a really interesting story. Mizimo's working on it now too, and you know, I really hope to see it out there someday soon.
That'd be cool, dude. Hell yeah.
And here we go, Diana.
Dude, this is an
She's the
epic,
coolest.
epic fucking interview.
Dude.
Multi-page,
Oh
fucking
my God.
amazing.
It's so sick. Like this is her first byline too, Fit to Be Tied, editorial by Diana Schutz, drawn by Mike Mignola
Dude,
in his early years.
this
Like,
I want to get, dude. I know she sent me links, the Telegraph Wire, the zine that she worked on.
I found a bunch of them on archive.org.
Yeah. Kind of want to
So I've
print
been
them
reading
out.
them. Dude, that'd be sick. Let's print some.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, you can find them too. Like I have the Matt Wagner one. Oh, actually, I think Diana sent me that. It's like she got it signed by her and Matt, but like there's a really cool like mage one, and you can find them on archive. Yeah.
It's funny that you have this in here too, Fantico's Chronicles, because
Yeah,
I just bought a whole run of these. I think there's like 7 of them out there or something like that.
Yeah, I think that refers right back here to this. When I put photos and articles, I always try to put them right next, like when they're talking about them. You know,
Yeah.
it's never kind of like wasted.
Crazy that that's her first published interview. I didn't even
Yeah.
remember that from this interview.
Oh, you
Now
have
I'm
this
gonna
issue?
Yeah, I have this issue.
Oh, sick, man! I'd love to take a look at that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and so Telegraph Wire, like, you know, started off with that place, Comix and Comics. You know, that was one of the biggest stores out in Berkeley, I think, and here in California. She's just like the ultimate fan.
Dude,
That
she's the
grew up to
best.
be like one of the greatest people in comics, you know?
Hands down, dude. The pedigree she has, who she also brought into the industry. You know what I mean? Like a mutual person that we both love. You know, Shelley Vaughn and stuff worked with Diana too, and just what a force she was in the industry, and still like is still. She's got nominated for a fucking what's it called? Hall of Fame, Eisner last year.
Oh, really? She didn't win it though. I can't remember.
Wasn't she? Yeah, she was.
Oh yeah, she did win it.
Hall
Yeah,
of
but she
Fame
couldn't go. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah,
because she
yeah.
got stuck at the airport.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was married to Bob Schreck for a long time and dated Dave Sim, and you know, her introduced her sister to Matt Wagner, who's now his wife, and you know, truly is like, you know, and worked at Comico, Dark Horse, hired at Marvel for like a week and said, screw you, I'd rather work in indies, and
Yeah.
just has been everywhere, seen everything, knew everyone, guided this independent comic thing, you know, like Dark Horse Legend and oh my God, and Frank Miller and Lynn Varley, this thing she sent. This is just at her house. She just has this. She took a photo of it for me.
So what, the fucking 300 piece?
Yeah. She has like original Mobius in her house, you know, because now she's working on translating Mobius, and
she's been translating the Black Sad stuff as well.
Yeah, and like this is her piece too. This by Beto. Like that, she has that.
My God, look at that for Diana.
Yeah, and she fought real hard for creators' rights and like you know, women in comics, and just has, you know, never sat idly by and has always like fought for every fucking thing in this industry, man. I can't say enough about her.
She's a gift.
And she's been so cool to me. Like Love and Grendel, like for a while she was like hitting me up every week after the episodes, like, oh, I was cooking dinner and listening to you guys. You guys are so funny, this and that. Oh, actually it happened like this, or this was that, and like I was like, you are so cool.
Yeah,
you're the absolute coolest. Yeah, man.
I love this. Top 5 really dumb things I've done in the course of my career.
I know, you know, she didn't read Wizerd, and I really was trying to pull this sidebar out of her, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I love the last one. Gave up 2 entire weeks of my life to write these answers.
Yeah. You know, she's not gonna half-ass anything she does, you know, and I was so grateful to her for writing this, because, you know, she doesn't have a book. And after writing this, I was like, Diana, you need to write a book, man. And, you know, she I think was considering it. She
Dude,
has so many stories to tell.
I'd buy that fucking book in a heartbeat, dude.
In 1 second, man. Yeah, and it continues, man, because then
it's
here
so
she is with
all
these
pages.
people. Well, again, I didn't want to like.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm not saying it's going to
edit
too long, but I mean, it's awesome. I mean, this is a career spanning interview.
Exactly.
And it's so like it dives so deep into so many different things. I mean, look at this picture with her. Eddie Campbell, Kyle Baker, there's Diana. You got John Cassidy in the back, Frank Miller, Bob Chapman of Graffiti Designs, and Dave Gibbons. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Look at the people she hangs around.
Absolutely insane.
Will Eisner.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
With Will.
She was working with him right at the end, I think, of his career, she said. And this amazing thing by Fabio Moon, because she worked on, oh man, there's a book that he did that so good. Oh my God, I read it after this. I can't remember exactly what it is, but this is just such a cool piece, you know, like here's to poetry, girls, and to beautiful, strange creatures, and the not so rare cases when they're both. Let's party.
That's so dope.
Yeah, man. That is so epic.
Had to hit it with the Palmer's picks. Palmer's picks. He picks his fucking favorites.
Dude, shout out Tom Palmer Jr., who's like watching my stories every single time, almost on Instagram. He's such a cool dude. I want to work more with him. Maybe we could interview him or something, dude.
Yeah, dude, I've had him on the channel once before.
Oh, you did.
But I would love to have him back, dude, because I feel like there's just so much more to unpack. We should do. You and I should both talk to him. That'd be fun.
And I pitched this to him because I thought it would be funny, because he wasn't sure like what he should do. And I was like, what about Palmer's Palmer's picks? And he's like, okay, that sounds cool. Oh shit, sorry. Yeah, man. So this is kind of funny. And
I want to print up a book of all the Palmer's picks too.
Oh, that's a great idea, man.
So I hope somebody's gonna steal that from me if I leave that in there.
And here we go. Here's a legendary page right here, because, you know, at this point it was only the idea that Ed had, and then Michael Kemp made this fake ad. And at this point, it was nothing more than that, a fake ad.
I'll tell you, I saw this ad and I was like, when the fuck is this coming? I also got tricked into it. It's a great fucking ad too.
It's so good. Michael Kemp is an incredible artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And so that's put the fire under us. And I think Jerome Cabanatan made the next page, and then it steamrolled from there.
Got Daniel Moeller with his Mother Vine book. Psychonaut Presents. Great fucking cartoonist. All his comics are fucking dope.
So good. And this is about him trying ayahuasca, I believe.
I know, it is. It's
mescaline,
it's a fucking crazy story.
Yeah, he's such an interesting, creative, singular person.
Shaman, dude. He's like a shaman.
Yeah, he's a shaman. He truly does. And yeah, man, look at this page with the snakes and the backgrounds, and like, you know, we get
so good.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my dude Xavier. So here's a page. This ad, SPF Nerdcore, the originally Schwarzenegger Phoenix Force, which they had to change it to the Symphonic Phoenix Force. They're nerdcore rappers. He was my partner for Final Project when I was at Full Sail. And I just hit him up because I knew that he was doing this stuff, and I just wanted to include him in this because I felt like people in this crew would enjoy his raps. So shout out Xavier, man. He's a good friend, and their raps are good. They perform at a bunch of stuff, Holiday Missouri and these anime cons, and yeah, I think people know them.
I'll have to check them out. Yeah, got this
And
100% comics ad.
yeah, dude.
Will Hoffneck.
Yeah, and this
Also,
actually came out. You know, he's doing it all, and he's doing the Make More Comics Arts Grant, which is such a cool thing.
oh yeah, dude. That's how I learned about Chad Villiers.
Chad in Amsterdam, me too.
Yeah. The Kayfabe Effect article.
Yes.
Yes.
This was a lot of work for me.
Yeah,
I did a lot of research, and I you know, luckily there weren't that many episodes of Cartoonist Kayfabe at this point because I went back and mentioned in. I tried to like figure out all the episodes they mentioned these comics in.
Yeah.
You know, so then I was doing like Command Fs on the page and trying to find these little things and every mention and shit. And so this was kind of fun.
Yeah. This is all of these books are expensive now. I mean, I have a Faust. I was able to get a Faust #1. But this is expensive. This is expensive. Fireball, the fucking hardcover he
Can't
made.
even get that. Yeah, you
Can't
can't
even get that.
You got to buy a bunch of deadlines, which I tried to do. I actually found it online, and if someone wants to read it, you can hit me up because I have a PDF.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Love and Rockets 2.
Yeah,
such an epic issue.
Oh, it's like such a great singular issue of Love and Rockets.
All right, now here, before you turn the page, this is like one of my favorite things that I did in it, but I also am not sure if it actually reads because you have to read every word to like figure out what's going on. But here at the end of the Dragon Chang thing, like I'm doing like a meta narrative kind of thing where I'm like, you know, I really wish there was a way for us to find out a bit more about Timothy Truman and what's going on when he wrote Dragon Chang. Actually, I can try one thing. Let me just grab my Cosmic CB radio here. Come in, Timothy. And then, you know, so I had the page rip, and then it ripped into this interview.
It's awesome.
You know, but I kind of wish now that I had like a headline somewhere, because you see this page and you don't know immediately that it's a Timothy Truman interview. Like, yeah, it's right there, but you know, I kind of wish I did more. But I thought that was like really hilarious and cool.
It is.
And,
it's
like,
really
interesting.
Cool.
Something you don't see in a book too much, you know, defying like the normal layout of a book and trying to use like a narrative or some sort of weird shit. So
again, another interview where I was just like, I love Tim Truman, dude. I mean, he does so many fucking dope books. Yeah. You know, I love the Grimjack stuff. Scout, Hawk World is fucking awesome. There's Jonah Hex stuff that he does. Like, that's the stuff that like I remember seeing but didn't like really associate, but I always remember seeing those covers that he did. But
and this Dog Moon, you know, of course I shined a light on that one. That's the one that he wrote or that he drew with Robert Hunter, the lyricist from the Dead. It's really a strange and interesting comic. Mm-hmm. It's kind of about this like trucker on this spiritual road. It's really crazy and it's out there, but I would encourage people to read it.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, and his website, I mean, I think he's still available for commissions, and you know, he has a store there. I mean, I bought Dragon Chang off his website, and it was a second print, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was a fun one. And of course, I got all my Grateful Dead stuff in there.
That's right.
And he's a musician too. There's an issue of
Scout 19.
Scout, yeah, that comes with a little flexi disc. Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can find that on his website too. I think the song's downloadable there. Yeah, and here's Michael. I just realized that he didn't put his name on this at all. Oh, it says by Armstrong and Manders. Oh, okay. That's not Michael Kemp.
Armstrong. Yeah, I've never even seen this, but I kind of I've glossed over this. I'm gonna look up to see if this even came out.
Yeah, if you guys watch this, hit us up because I'd like to see that because that looks great. Yes, dude.
This is epic.
Yes, man. Shit, I forgot his name. I'm sorry, dude. I met you at Heroes last year. It is Marcus Cripps. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
Marcus awesome.
Cripps. He's so good.
Fucking dope.
Yeah, I remember he sent these to Jim and Ed too, and I think they showed him off on something. Should have read more comics, bud.
Tony McMillan interview.
Yeah, that was a fun one to do.
I love the quote up top. This guy's art is super dope. I've never seen a style like it. Bold brush, courageous brushstrokes. Ed Piskor.
Yeah. I took that right out of the video because they looked at his thing on like a mailbag or something.
I remember that. Okay, I saw it in here, but then I saw the video, and then I remembered, Tony, and then I think I hit him up, and he was one of the first indie guys I interviewed for my website before I had the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I love his stuff.
So awesome. And you can tell that we actually talked on the phone for this one, because we're back and forth. And this really, I think this made us friends. Tony, I think we're friends, right? Just kidding. We definitely are.
He's awesome, dude.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoy hanging out with him and drawing with him like at Heroes and IC3. It's just such a fun dude.
Yeah, it was cool to meet him finally in person, after talking to him multiple times. What a great guy, dude. So talented. I love his influential list. You got Dark Knight Returns, Savage Dragon, Max, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Notes from the Shadowed City by Jeffrey Allen Love.
You got to throw, you always throw like an underground one in there.
Yeah.
Just to be like, oh, dang, Tony is deep.
Yeah, dude, look at this. This is from his book series Creatures.
A really great read. He's got an Etsy store. If you search him on Etsy, this book is glorious, kind of based on that. What's his name? Tom Bottin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This really interesting
special effects guy, dude. And that was there before the he did practical effects.
Absolutely.
And he started at 14, dude. I mean, just absolutely insane. Such a great book. There's 2 volumes out.
Oh yeah.
It's complete now. So
I don't think I've read the second volume.
I don't think the trade has come out for the second volume, but the issues
maybe I do have them then. Yeah, huge shouts to Tony. He's an absolute beast.
Chasing the Savage Dragon.
Yeah.
What a great title.
Yeah. I don't know Justin really well.
Yeah.
But this is exactly what I wanted though. I wanted like these articles, these like fan love of the comics, and I wanted to see this stuff.
Atomic Comics ad too.
Yeah. This was like how I was saying we had that list from the Max issue. Or sorry, from the Sam Keith. But I feel like all those early ones had it. Yeah, J. Rome.
Dude, a master of the Etch-a-Sketch.
There's no one else that does it too.
Nobody.
So it's like
he cornered the market, bro.
Do it. It's just one of those amazing things. Like Jerome is one of the most talented people I've ever seen. It just because of how many different things he does.
Yep.
From like being a Taekwondo instructor to his art to just even the way he like deals with his kids and how he works with kids, and man,
he's just
does this. Yeah, he's such a good person. Oh yeah, there we go, Kemp. This is insane, man.
Jobbers beware.
I mean, he should have had. I'm sure he did at some point, but have like, 11 by 17 prints of this made to sell.
He should have. I'd buy it.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane work, man. And it's unfortunate. I think. Can I see yours again? Can you go back? I think for the second print, I did something to try to get Ed's eyes out of the spine here.
Yeah.
I asked him, and we kind of worked it out, and I did something to kind of mix it up. But Fucking Around with Figs by Punker Mike.
This is awesome, dude.
He was all over this. Yeah, man. This came fully realized. Like, he just said he was going to do it, and he went out. He has this crew. He just did it, man.
It's sick. It's fucking sick. It's way better than anything you saw in the fucking Wizerd magazine.
100%. 100%. Yeah, Patrick Meany, too. He's an absolutely incredibly interesting creator. And Gene Green, I think, knew him. He helped me with this. I was starting to get a little burnt out. And so I was setting up these interviews, and I was looking for people to help me with them because I felt like I couldn't think anymore.
I mean, just the fucking documentaries, the Image Revolution, Chris Claremont accent. It's funny. I was just talking about this with Manny. I didn't know it existed. I glossed over this interview in my head, and I completely forgot about it. Neil Gaiman, Grant Morrison. I need to go watch those.
All so good. And our dude Tony Wolf's in there with. Hey, can you go back actually 1 sec? There. Let's see. Oh yeah, dang! I messed up this little words underneath the photo here. It's like over printed on stuff. I think I fixed that for the second print too. Yeah, he's a great creator, and he's out here in LA too. Aussie
Like these
art.
8-bits.
Aussie art, actually. Yeah. So this was, I think this is actually was done back in the day. Like, yeah, I mean, you guys know about Aussie art. It's like made on the computer somehow. I
Pretty
think
cool.
truly Aussie art is when you use what's on a keyboard
Yeah.
to make it. I think this is more just like art that's was made on like, you know, Mac Paint or something like that. But because
Had to
like
have.
if you Google search like Ansi art like that, you can get a generator and you can upload an image or you can put in some words and it'll make it, you know, all crazy. I
Mhm.
used to do that for emails and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this stuff is insane. It's so well done. It's
Yeah.
cool to see what people could have done back on those things.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Hunkin'
Got the
Babe.
Hunkin' Babe, dude. Hell yeah.
Ah, it's so sick. If we do a third one, which me and you have been talking about, we should definitely bring Hunkin' Babe back. It's
I'm
such
down.
a superfluous thing. It means nothing.
Yeah. Nothing at all.
It was, I'm pretty sure it was Jeff's idea to make it be Jim and Ed. It's just too funny. And I wrote these headlines. Yeah.
We got Terror in the Shallow by Jeff Manley.
Yeah, dude.
Riley
He's
bit the
so prolific, man.
yeah.
This one I think ran in Next Panel Press.
Yes, it did, yeah.
World famous Bobby Madness. This was not a creator I was familiar with, but he's a very interesting dude. Underground artist.
Yeah.
And you know, this Brick Smith interviewed him, and he's truly had an amazing life.
Yeah, dude,
In
it's
and
pretty
out,
crazy. I didn't know this
homeless,
dude
and
either.
yeah, this was a cool, interesting, like underground indie artist. I, you know, found out, and I put in like, you know, coffee stains and a little cigarette butt up top,
Hmm.
and I tried to make it kind of like dirty, and yeah, that was a fun one to do.
Yeah.
And I learned something on that one. You know, I was introduced to someone new, and I really wanted that out of this. I didn't want to just be publishing stuff I knew about.
Of course not. Yeah, for sure.
Here's the Bastard of Canada, my dude from the Ween zine. Super interesting stuff, and I think that he got his stuff on a couple mailbags as well because he's truly got this like underground indie style.
Yeah.
I think the books he sent to Jim and Ed were like kind of graffiti based.
I dig it though.
Yeah, he's a really great guy too, and he's on Insta as Bastard of Canada. Here we got Grom. Yeah, David Grom is on there too. You can still find him at Uncle Atomic Press. He does Next Panel Press. He's a really great friend.
Yeah, he's a good dude
And,
also for
yeah,
sure.
he was there at IC3 with us. And he just did a book about muscle men, like, or what's the actual name of them? You know, muscle.
Bodybuilders?
No. The Japanese name was you know,
Oh,
like muscle, the little figures.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't think
Shoot.
of the name. Somebody can drop it down below
Yeah,
in the
destroy
comments.
us in the comments.
Yeah.
This
Matt
was another
Rachetti.
one, yeah, who just sent me some comics that were interesting, and I was like, let's do it. Let's get you in there.
Super
Just
fun.
interesting art style, and yeah.
Plastic
Plastic
Flame
Flame.
Press.
God.
Yes. Chris
Yeah.
Williams.
Sorry, we're talking over each
I
other.
know it's fine. We're excited.
We're
dude.
excited. Yeah, Chris, because Chris also is such an amazing artist, absolutely amazing dude. Hung out with him at Heroes a bunch, him and his son.
And he's a musician too.
Yeah, he is. And he makes a bunch of concert posters for Cat's Cradle, which is like a really well-known venue, maybe because Ween has a live album from there, but like he is just like another amazing dude that I love. Did I say that, Chris? I love you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Babe Lord. This is my cousin's now ex-girlfriend. It was in a band that is now defunct that we made a comic of. The comic is great. It sells really well at my table. I respect the comic. I like Babe Lord still. And the girl behind it is a very interesting person. But my cousin and her broke up. And it's weird now.
But she lives on in the comics, dude.
Yeah, she lives on in the comics, the character.
Yeah, the character.
And you know, I still keep, you know, I always sell that book and I always hit her up afterwards. And you know, and it's got Chris Anderson in there. It's got some really cool art.
Oh shit, I didn't know Chris Anderson was in this.
Yeah, Chris did this really cool story about this slug flying through space and a cigarette or something. It's awesome. Yeah, Michael Wagner and David Johnson. This stuff looks really, really good.
It does.
And these
dude.
guys are cranking out books up there in Vermont. I think they're from Vermont.
I gotta hit them up too, man. I mean, I forgot how much I dug this one when I read it.
Yeah.
See if they got any new stuff to pick up for sure.
Yeah,
maybe even pick this up.
Not monochromatic, but duochromatic, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just really cool looking.
It is dope. Tyler Kaz.
Yeah, just another guy whose comic was it was just interesting. He sent me like a bunch of these, but at this point I was running out of room, and I was like, I'll run one. Let me know which one you like best. And it felt important to me to represent as many different styles and people as I could. So
Copacetic
yeah.
Comic Company ad. I like this. This is
Yeah,
dope.
man. I hit them up and showed them what I was working on and just asked them if they would want a free ad. Yeah, he said yes. And he said, I recently did something like this, so I have the ad already all set. And yeah, we got Jim and Ed and Tom right there, Street Angel and Hoopy, and some monkeys. And yeah, this is just a great ad.
It is a really great ad. It's fucking dope.
Yeah, respect to the Copacetic Comics Company.
Basil Wolverton.
Yeah, I had so much fun with this. I love Basil Wolverton so much. I haven't really told this story many times, but when we're at Heroes Con, myself and Jim and Ed and Monty Keene went through the Basil Wolverton Artist Edition, and kind of, we kind of did like a episode, in the shop at Heroes Aren't Hard to Find there at Heroes Con. It was just really like one of my favorite things. And it's just a really great memory, and there doesn't seem to be any photos, and, we didn't record it or anything. It was just like a moment at that time, shared with Jim and Ed and Marty. And it was special, man.
Yeah,
I hold
like
that
fun.
memory special, man. But I love Basil Wolverton, and I kind of wrote this little history up. And, I think like you all should check this out, because you can get a bunch of free comics. You have to set up an account, but digitalcomicmuseum.com, there's all this stuff, and you can search by artist. And so I found this just really cool, old school Basil Wolverton, Jumpin' Jupiter.
This is awesome, dude. I didn't even know about that website till I saw this in here.
Yeah.
But super cool to see. And like the scans are really good.
Yeah. Someone's got the comics, and I think because it's like an archival website, and they're all in the public domain now, so they can do whatever they want with them, and there's no copyright infringement. So, and I was like, dude, I got to find a Kirby, an old school Kirby. And so I went through a bunch, and this is the one that looked the most like, what we knew as Kirby, and had this Kirby tech. And
it's funny, the faces though, like you can see Kirby there, but they feel so different.
Yeah, they're still proto. And, Jim and Ed put these numbers at the beginning where it's like how many pages and all this stuff. And I think I screen grabbed it and was like, I'm going to use that for something. I think it was like the first thing in the Wizerd folder on my computer, and I was just like, I'll find a way to use that.
It's dope.
Yeah, and just all the Kirby tech in here, and it's interesting. Even if you don't read it, it's like just great.
Oh, I read it all. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah. Fresh Baked Comics with Dave Baker. Dave is a really cool dude who's a local, and one of the first people I met in LA. And I just think he's such a creative. He's so creative in his work. He's so prolific. He does so much work. Nicole Gu, his partner, is like also incredibly creative, incredibly great artist.
Yes.
They're just like great people, and good for comics, and big Star Trek fans, and hilarious.
Yeah, I really dig their collaborations, dude, a lot for sure.
And I really wanted him to do us because we talk about Kamiko a lot. And so I was like, tell me your top 5 Kamiko books. And he said, Johnny Quest. That's what he wrote me back. And I just thought it was funny. So we printed it,
That is fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's great. And yeah, he was doing Night Hunters at the time. It wasn't out yet. And so when this came out, this was the first people had saw of Night Hunters.
It's sick, dude. It's sick.
Have you read this book?
I haven't. I have only read it here. I haven't read I think those issues like sold out like crazy, didn't they? They went for
there's a trade now, but it is awesome. It's
I gotta pick it up.
So good. Yeah, is it King something? God damn it.
What are you talking about?
Like this ad is another riff on that Kung Fu ad from the Outlaw comics back then.
Yeah, I don't remember, dude.
Ah, man.
Somebody fucking tell us, for God's sakes.
I wish this was live.
Yeah.
Shout out Bernie Moreau, man. He's such a great guy. I kind of struck up this relationship with Bernie. It's really nice that he said this. Thanks to Eli for promoting my work, helping me be more visible online, and all the enthusiasm and encouragement he pumps out. I mean, I wrote that myself, but I still think he meant it. No, I'm kidding. He wrote that. He's just a really great and underrated cartoonist. We got together and made a TeePublic, and that he's wearing the shirt right there. And
oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah. And this, I
Got the
don't think had
jam.
really, yeah, I don't think this really had been published anywhere else. Maybe one other place, he said, but this is kind of like a team up of a bunch of his projects, you know, like these are all singular books that he did, and, you know, he's putting them all together right here. And this super clean, super precise cartooning right here. This is
It's
like,
amazing.
yeah, man, it's so good. I was like so honored that he sent this in, man.
How about that Skull Funk radio ad?
Hell yeah, you gotta have Jim up in here. I think I ran the same one in issue two, did I? I don't know.
I think it might be different. Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember.
I did.
Jamie
Oh,
Jones.
shit. Yeah, I did really try to stay cheesy with the titles like Wizerd did.
Mhm.
Like Mr. Jones and me. Kind of gross.
Yes, I know.
And at the time where he was living in St. Petersburg, Florida, which is where I used to live. So this background image is of the St. Petersburg Pier, which has now been fully demolished and fully rebuilt.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
He's a great cartoonist, man. The baboon. I love his fucking cartooning.
me too, man. And this was another one where we actually got to talk on the phone and we hung out and we immediately clicked. He's a great dude. Hung out with him again at IC3. Got super drunk with him on the last night there when we were up till like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Just absolutely like amazing cartoonist, very Eisner inspired, but also kind of like dark,
Just like
Batman animated.
Yeah, he really gets that like pulp era type of
Yeah.
storytelling like so well.
Yeah, you really gotta keep up with him because I think he does a daily baboon strip now.
Yes, and I think he said he's collecting it soon. I just don't know when.
He is so good.
Yeah.
I'm such a fan of Jamie.
Luis
Louis,
Roldan.
yeah, Roldan, another Ween buddy here. He was also an amazing cartoonist. He did have a book published by Image called Book Club.
Oh, okay.
No, not called Book Club. It's called Things You Shouldn't Remember. Yeah.
And then book club is this is by him though, right?
Yes. And I think this is probably why we put the one of the reasons we put the adult content thing on here, because it's got a little BDSM, some nudity.
Oh yeah, who doesn't like that though?
So yeah, it's a really cool story though.
Mhm.
Kind of twists and what you think's gonna happen, it doesn't.
Shit gets weird, man. Gets real. Yeah, this is adults only for sure.
For
What's
sure.
going on here, dude?
But that's why it's at the end, you know.
Yeah.
And here we go, of course. Yeah,
The
Weenzine.
Weenzine.
Shout out to Matty G, who is an amazing artist. So cool. I got to meet them when at Meltdown Comics, where I met Dave, and they went to the weekly or the monthly Meltthologies. My first zine fest. I met them and they saw the Ween zine, and we started talking about Ween, and then we collabed, and they end up doing the issue 2 cover. Such an amazing artist. Follow them on Insta now.
Hell yeah.
Now. Pause the video. Beer and Cookies, shout out. Dude, he's also cool. Jason Quinones. I can't remember who did this one.
The Wiz Iceman.
Yeah, that was from a shoot interview, or that was from a weekly thing where they wore the masks because they were talking about like Outlaw Comics or something like that.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot
that.
about that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't remember who did that.
Joshua
This was another
Wagner.
one. Yeah, this was just something interesting, and I just wanted to, I wanted to show whatever I could. And, this guy was very, enthusiastic, creative. He had something interesting to say, and I wanted to put it in there.
It's cool, dude.
Yeah. Something different.
Of course, you have to have the Cosmic Lion ad.
Yeah, I got to put my ad in there. It's pretty funny to me to look back on this, because I hadn't started publishing anyone else's work.
Yeah.
I was hawking this Monkey Lion book that I hadn't writ for like 5 years. The Ween zines, these other zines that were, the Turtle zines, and my Cosmic Lion radios. Oh, and Kenneth Whippet, yeah. Yeah, so we're doing shit.
Crazy how far you've come from this though, huh?
Right, and my old logo and everything, and Nurses Beware, Yankee Doodle Strangler, The Prophet DC. I've been seeing him. I think he's still kicking it online, man. We should follow him.
Yeah.
Shout out to David G. Caldwell. I think he's still ripping. Yeah, I know he is.
Wizard's top 10 hottest artists.
Yeah, I thought this was an interesting like layout for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. And of course it's Ed, Jim, Tom, Charles Forsman, Josh Baer, Michelle Fife, Erica Anderson, Patrick Dean, Dean Haspiel, Lucas Kawaluz. I think that's the creator. That's who wrote this. Oh no, Mark Belkin.
Good stuff in here, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah. And people got creative and you know, we get to the price guide here. This is Will Hoffneck. He really wanted to, you know, the
Dude,
guide
this
to
yeah,
yeah.
the guide to grading comics. That's
Yeah,
so
it's
cool.
really funny. You
I
know.
mean, dude, like spine roll, quarter bent, foxing. Does the owner know the name of the creators? Cover attached, poster inserts removed, coupons cut, digital sticker removed, signatures deslabbed. You get the most points for deslabbing a book.
Someone loved this book above. Look at that writing all over the cover. This is a high grade book.
Yeah.
Love that, man. Yeah, this is so fun. This is like exactly in the spirit of what I wanted for this book, you know. Like
Yep.
Will understood the assignment.
Then we get an Eclipse comic checklist, which we don't need to break down super crazy, but I mean, this
Yeah,
is great, dude.
and I was totally like, you know, this was like 10 pages and I was like, perfect. If it's gonna be a wizard, it's gonna have a lot of bullshit at the end that you're gonna either look at because you have an Eclipse comic you want to know about, or you're not gonna look at it at all, you know?
I mean, look, it makes me want to seek some of these out, I'll tell you that.
I guess that person too. And then the Wizerd Indie Price Guide, which is something I really wanted to stress and get as many people as I could involved. And just like these are all our comics, you know, these are all the contributors' comics. And I wanted people to, you know, inflate the prices, you know, and because I wanted to, like, I showed them mine, like this Hawkimus Prime #1, you know, one shot. Hawkimus was the holiday I created when I was living in Vermont, Hanukkah and Christmas mix. The price was one Dark and Coke, which was like a rum and Coke that I used to drink when I was living in Virgin Islands, and that's like when I made this book, you know.
Yeah.
And so and I inflated all these prices like super high, and I also thought it was funny to put cents on there. They never did that. Like it's not.
No.
It's worth, you know, this one's worth 90.
$84.19.
Yeah. So I wanted people to go that stupid with it, but I think I was really the only one. Some people like inflated it up, and you know, Manly did it. Manly Fight 2015 is worth 15 cents. So yeah, it's pretty hilarious. And it's kind of cool too to, like, you know, if you do like these people, and especially with Jim and Ed, you can see all their shit, you know, like Deviant Funnies, Isolation Chamber, you know, is 180. You know, and I'm sure, you know, actually for Jim and Ed's, I actually went to like eBay and stuff and tried to find these prices out. Shout to Joe.
I've never even heard of Isolation Chamber, nor have I seen it.
Right. And I
Or
only
Deviant
heard of
Funny.
it because he talked about it in his interview at the
Crazy.
beginning when I said, "What's your first published work?"
Yeah, it's just crazy, dude.
Yeah, really cool. And then Tar Pits is the first appearance of Rug, so I don't even know what that is either. I couldn't find anything about it. So yeah, this is sweet. It was really fun. And I wrote caveat emptor at the end, which means like it's a Latin term that means like, you know, use this information at your own risk. And then we
I
got
didn't even know
another.
those.
This is Grom here at the end, the CGC price guide. And what is this? Oh, this is both Grom. This is Grom and Half the Crown.
In row, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this is a full Grom spread.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, this is this dude, Daniel Fogel, who has the Underground Comics price guide. And he has a cool Facebook group that I'm a part of. I'm real huge on this Wolfgang's Vault. I mean, I'm in on that all the time. It's a great place for you to score old independent comics or old underground comics like this.
Cool.
And yeah, this guy is really cool. I met him at a San Diego Comic Con, and I'm so big into the, you know, this old type of books, and
I'll have to add myself to that group. Yeah,
yeah,
I'd
it's
love
really
to see
cool.
some of these comics for sure.
Yeah, and so then he just showed some of these, and I think he sells books too. So like on his website, you can pick up some of these books. It doesn't say it.
No, it's just an email.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, because this is like an order form kind of thing. So yeah, you message him here and you can order some of this stuff. And then here we got the boobies right next to my food. So, you know, I really wanted to have it like that, you know, where like just like
profile, dude.
and all those old magazines too, you always, once you get to the end, there's like, you know, ads for adult stuff. You know, if you're looking at like an old High Times or something like that, there's always like, you know, order form for vintage t-shirt, or, you know, for like bootleg t-shirts and stuff, or who's got a dead tape collection they want to trade. And yeah, and so I took these questions right out of the the Wizerd profile, and of course I always knew it was going to be Jim for this first one. He's my dude. Yeah, I think it's just funny. The answers to these questions are great.
Are great. Yeah, dude. Why do you watch Cartoonist Kayfabe? Extensive chap yap coverage.
Yeah. One person you'd like to meet, Frank Zappa, or Frank Zappa's ghost. I got to see Dweezil with Jim one time. That was a really fun night. Took me backstage afterwards, dude. And also, like, Jim, when Jim went to the bar, fucking Brain, the second drummer from Primus, sat down next to me, and I was like playing drums on my knees to this one like insane part. Brain was right behind me. I was like, Brain, oh my god! And then, you know, we were hanging out with Jim, got to meet Dweezil. That was a great night.
Sick.
Yeah, talk about the BB sessions. I wrote this profile pretty much straight off the dome.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then another killer ad by Punker Mike right at the end. Holy shit, what an exhausting book to go through. So much.
My God, yeah, we've been here for hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
This book.
Yeah, man.
Long time. You know,
yeah, we'll have to be a two-parter for issue 2.
Yeah, we'll probably have to save people, bro. It's a lot to unpack with the second one for sure. But this was fun, dude. I'm glad we did it.
Me too, dude.
You know, we kind of briefly touched on it, but you know, there's thoughts of maybe doing a Wizerd 3. Maybe, possibly.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we're thinking about it. You know, and we're gonna bring in a team, and I think that it would be worth doing, especially to show off all the amazing work that people are doing these days. And yeah, and even checking in with some of these people, you know, from 5 years ago now. Yeah, I think I'm down. And cool. Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I don't know if there's any available. Are there any available left?
Nah, I don't even have. I mean, I have my one here that is a proof. I think I have other proofs, though. I've sold a couple proofs. They show up every now and then on the Kayfabe Ringside Swap. I do sell a digital version on CosmicLionProductions.com, so if you want to read stuff, you can get it digitally. I do have issue 2s left. If you want to hit me up for an issue 2, I have dwindling numbers of that, but definitely hit me up for that.
Hell yeah. Well, you heard it from Eli. Hit him up, get the digital version, get the copies of number 2, and make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time we drop a new vid. And on that note, we're out.
Do more lounging, son.